We're jumping on the live in a minute. Anybody around? Might be me and you, Ralphie boy. I just happened to jump on too, Patricia. I really had no plans to come on, to be honest with you. I don't know. But we're here. Two people, me, you, and Ralphie. And Buffalo. Just jumping on for a couple minutes. Had a quick topic. If we talk about it, we talk about it. If not, we don't. Pot is crazy. It's crazy out. Really nuts. I mean, what the hell? How do these people live in these hot areas? Arizona, Las Vegas. It's crazy. I went to Vegas one time. It was 118. Hold on a minute, guys. Hold on. Hold on. 1 second. I went to Vegas. Hold on, guys. Let me put this up. I went to Vegas in, Ralph, it was 118. I don't, fuck humidity. It was 118. Too hot. Salute. Mr. Softy's not coming around. I don't think you're going to see Mr. Softy. That ain't happening. I don't care about the humidity, Ralph. When it's 118, it's 118. They can say what they want about this humidity bullshit. 104 in where? Sanger? 104. What the hell do you do when it's 104? I know you don't leave CDs in the car and shit. You can't do that, right? 104. My goodness. That's fucking hot, man. What do you do? Like you stay in the pool all day? I don't know. Just don't get it. Florida is bad because of humidity. It makes people, it's not good for breathing and shit like that. Florida. But anywhere else, I don't know. So I just wanted to jump on for a little bit, say salute. One thing about these lives, like I said many times before, even though nobody jumps on the live, they can catch it later. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just a better way of basically doing a pre-record. It's like you're doing a pre-record with people on with you. Yeah, I was in there August. I told you it was 118, Patricia. I said, what? 118? Insanity. Can't even go outside right now. I don't know if I like this camera. It looks too small, no? I don't know what you see. I only see a little thing. So how does this work? Let me see something here. Now that's bigger, but I don't like that because I can't see the chat. Hello, Bong Funk. So I don't know if you see what I see in the camera. That's what's interesting. Ralph, you can see the Godfather behind me? Ralph, are you here? Or Patricia? Or Buffalo? Or Bong Funk? Can you see the Godfather picture behind me? Oh, I like cold, Ralph. I'm okay with cold. I don't really complain. I don't really complain about weather. And I'm really not complaining, to be honest with you. It just is hot. It just is hot. She's an incredible cook. She's, of course. You know, chick's got to be able to cook. I won't be around. How do you think I got this bonzette? I mean, I like to eat. I wouldn't be with a woman that couldn't cook. That's just one thing I'm accustomed to. My mother, my ex, any lady friend I've ever had, they all cook. Or they better be, you know, a lady in the street and a freak in the bed, you know what I mean? But you can see the Godfather picture behind me? Can you see my bevel thing on my shirt or no? I'm too close. That's better? I don't friggin' know. I don't like this camera. I may change. I may go onto the other computer. But Patricia, yes, the answer is yes. And she's English as a second language. She didn't speak English till she was in kindergarten. Sicilian. No English. You see Michael. Okay, good. Not the Godfather. Yeah, I meant to say Michael. Good, good. But you can't see my shirt? You can't see the bevel? Can you see the bevel on my shirt or no? I'm all out of whack over here. So yeah, so you can do pre-records, you can do lives, you can do pre-records, you can do whatever, you know? So I'd rather do it live than do a pre-record. I'd rather talk to you guys, you know what I mean? If you can hear me. Oh, thank you. You can't see the bevel? Now you can when I back up. It's a small camera that I'm on. That's the problem. Does it look decent? Does it look clear? I'm just using this little tablet. Yeah, I'm just coming on for a little bit. Then I'm going to break it down. I'm going to go relax. It's going to be the day. I don't know when the Yankees come back. When do the Yankees come back? Now you can see the bevel when I back up, right? So real quick, let's talk about this. Hold on. Because this is better than the pre-record. This is better than the... Did you pick off? Not yet. Not yet. I'll cut them off tomorrow morning. I'll pick everything tomorrow morning. I'll shape that up. Maybe tonight when I go out to water, I'll clean it up. Tired today. It was a long week, long day. It's only Wednesday and I'm fucking beat up from the feet up. But I'm having a little glass of wine, so I said let me jump on. I wanted to talk about the organized crime structure. The structure of organized crime. How it all works. So like I said, if you don't catch the live, you catch it later. It's the same thing as doing a pre-record. If anybody is here, they are here. If not, so be it. I don't not talk because people aren't here, you know what I mean? Oh, I just got a message. Brad Pitt wears a skirt on the red carpet. Who gives a fuck? The flowers rob the nutrients from the basil. Yes, I gotta do that. I definitely gotta take care of that, Patricia. That's 100%. 100%. So let's talk about real quick. I know I'm only talking to about 3, 4, 5 people. But like I said, you could catch it later, right? So the organized crime structure. Boss, right? Underboss, consigliere, captains, soldiers, associates. In my opinion, it's better to be an associate above all of that. When you're an associate, you can do all different things. Now, within that organization, you got all different jobs. Now, you got all different jobs. Some of those jobs, they need brains. Some of them, they just need leg breakers. Some of them need, all these jobs need all different things. The jobs that are in organized crime are basically, it's all thievery. It's all about stealing that dollar, right? So you got, it's basically the soldiers that do all the work. Not really. Even the associates that do all the work. They put all the work in. Capo di tutti capo. Not a good job to have. You get 100 years when you get pinched. You're better off being an associate and not even being a made guy. Even though it's all a conspiracy, when you get pinched, you're better off being an associate. Because it goes in your file as being a made guy. It's crazy what goes on when you get pinched. Because you're going to get pinched. There's no way you're not going to get pinched. It's a fact. You will get pinched no matter what you do. You can't jaywalk without getting pinched today, So you got jobs that need brains and jobs that need muscle, and sometimes you got a job that needs both. So there are thieves, right? Stick-up guys. Not really bank robbers. Thieves, stick-up guys. So an associate, you could just walk away. You can kind of walk away. You might be on record with somebody, but you're not obligated to anybody specifically. They put you on record, but some guys put you on record. You typically align with somebody, but you're not really obligated to somebody. But when big money comes into it, they're going to grab you. Now, unfortunately today, people just get made because they can bring in money. It's a whole other story, But as an associate, you have much more flexibility. Your money is basically, when you become a soldier, you got to kick up a certain amount. It's crazy, but you really do. You become obligated, and there's no benefit to being made. There really isn't. Fuck out of it. You got to be nuts to want. First of all, you got to be nuts to want to be in that life, right? So basically, an associate does all different things. Hello, Laura. No. Associate are boots on the ground. An associate is boots on the ground. They bring in the money typically. And they kick up to a soldier. Typically an associate kicks up to a soldier. Until that soldier speaks for you to his captain, you're not going to move up. And in this jealous world we're in today, you could forget about it. They're all fucking animals today. It's a garbage life. It really is. It's not a good way to live. But there is structure, and there are stand-up guys, and there are rats. Now you have guys that are, let's break down a few of the jobs, right? You got thieves. They rob houses, or they rob cars, or they rob this, or they rob that, right? And they're not typically very, very bright. They're used for certain things. And they're really, really never going to get much more than being an associate because they don't have anything to bring to the table because they don't have brains. Typically, stick-up guys, they're not very bright. Car thieves, they're a little bright. They're not very bright. Stick-up guys. Yes, that was Ralph. Of course that was Ralph. Laura saw you today, Ralph. So, my opinion, you're better off being an associate. Yeah, that was him. He's always over there. Did you come and get basil today? Did you come and get basil, Bella? So there you go. So you got the associate, you got the thief. The thief is not going to be typically. I mean, I know you got to make your bones when you're thieving, and then you got a leg breaker. They're used for certain things, like a John A. light, something like that. They're typically used for violence. My cousin is a teacher in school. He says, yes, exactly, Patricia. Sure. You'll be there Monday. Irish mob. It depends. It's pretty much every week because it does go by some of the business. Now, when you're taking down scores, you only kick up when you're making scores. Like, say you're robbing, I don't know. I'm going to use something fake. A truckload of sneakers, right? Just a fake thing. You rob a truckload of sneakers. You make $20,000. You got to kick up. Reputed mobster. I'm not a mobster, and I'm not reputed. I'm just Tommy Sticks. That's it. The truth. The soldiers, they got to kick up. So the soldiers typically control some associates, and they make money from them, and then the soldier kicks up. Being a soldier is fucking horrible. Oh my God, you're sick, the truth. Hello, Brian Jr. So typically, yeah, so the soldier gets the worst of all of it. Unless you're a high-level soldier, which there are. There were some from Belleville that were high-level soldiers. They should have been captains. So the best job is probably captain, I would say, to be a capo. The worst job, I think, is to be a soldier, and the best of all is probably an associate. The associate does whatever the fuck they want to do. So the associate typically runs, it's just, okay, so you got a thief that can only kick up when they make scores. A soldier typically has to kick up every week a certain amount, and then come Christmas time they get fucked because the bosses want big bucks with that envelope at the Christmas parties. It's horrible. It's fucking horrible. I don't recommend it. No, not off the truck. You're sick. Oh, good. Thank you, Grant. Grant Jr., yeah, would you shoot the shit a little bit? I'm no expert. I don't criticize any other content creators. I shoot the shit. I could do this as a pre-record, or I could just talk to you guys. It's basically a wind down. I'm going to come on for about half hour and then go out. That's it. My friends are next door having a few drinks. I may go next door, or I may just go relax because it's 147 degrees out. Yeah, Patricia, whatever, Tommy Shots. Did your coffee mug fall off a truck? Oh my God. You don't know how many things I had off a truck back in the day. Forget about it. I used to sell cologne out of my trunk, telephones, clothes, you name it, out of the trunk of my car. We had everything. We never had to go to the store. We went to Vic and Kathy's on Lake Street to go shopping. We had Michael Egidio bring around the car. Michael used to bring around the car with the trunk full of clothes. We really didn't even have to go to a store. We could literally buy everything. Between Vic and Kathy and Eastern Sales, Michael, we can get everything we needed. Yeah, it was a hustle. I always hustled when I was young, Now I'm not involved in anything, but So you got the thief. He doesn't get that much respect most of the time. The most stereos and televisions, everything. Yeah, the most valuable job in an organized crime. No, absolutely not. I'm not on record with anybody. I'm not on record at all. So the best job, I mean the most valuable job in an organized crime organization is a bookmaker, a bookie. They got to have brains. They got to know how to hustle. They can't have a habit. It's another topic, Grind Jr., but I got a little history. That's kind of for another topic, but yeah, I guess you could say. Yeah. Oh, really, Bella? Yeah. Yeah, hey, you never know. Listen, it kind of came natural to a lot of us from around the way. It was just a natural in the environment. That doesn't mean you had to get involved in it, but it was very prominent in this area. Grind Jr., yes, I did some things in the past. Absolutely. So the most valuable within, not the gay way? I remember your story coming up. Not the gay way. What is that? I don't understand that one. I'm sorry, Grind Jr. I remember your story coming out. Not the gay way. I don't know what that means, pal. A little more clarification on that. I'm not going to answer that, you know? Did you ever have a guy called Newsboy? No, 50s and 60s. Irish. I'm only 53. And I'm from the Newark area. If you're on record, can you go down your own score? Yeah. If you're on record, can you go down your own score and not have to kick up? Yeah, man, you're kind of not obligated. You can kind of do your own thing. The most obligated to kick up is a soldier, not an associate. Nice. It's interesting. You know, I can answer some questions with this stuff. It's an enjoyable topic. There are, as long as you don't step on it. Yeah, 100%. Bong Funk. When you're an associate, you kind of do what you got to do. I'm telling you, the soldier has the worst job in an organization. They really are responsible. Coming out when you come out. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, 100%, Brian Jr., yes, my best friend. Absolutely, I'm sorry, I didn't know what you meant. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying that, appreciate that. Yes, exactly. But I'm not on YouTube for that. I very rarely actually talk about mob stuff. But it's part of my history, you know what I mean? I got a few interviews on here. I don't deny anything. You know, I had a little bit of a history, but I'm not on for the mob genre type of thing, although I do enjoy it, obviously. I do enjoy it. I enjoy a few content creators on here. RJ Rogers, I really like. He gave me some good shout outs the other night. So that's, I like to talk about it, and I am knowledgeable. I'm more knowledgeable than I actually say, but I don't mind talking about it. You know, we could do an hour or so. Yeah, the airport tour. We could do an hour or so about Newsday 2.5. Wow. Nice. Oh, nobody used a bank around here either. They found the money. Random people found the money. Well, you could be a really good bookmaker, a really good bookie if you're not a gambler. If you're a gambler, it could be a problem. You know? So you got the associate. At the associate level, you have thieves, stick-up guys, bookmakers, loan sharks, drug dealers, unfortunately, which I hate to talk about. Everything is really done at the associate level, and they're typically on record with a soldier. So the soldier has a whole bunch of associates under him, her, that kicks up. Because in Italy, there's women that are involved. Over here there isn't, but in Italy there definitely is. So I would say the most valuable job is a bookmaker. You got to have brains. Oh yeah, hey, no problem. Grind Junior, it's open here, man. We talk about whatever. You know what I mean? It's definitely in the topic, and I definitely wanted to give you guys a little bit of a breakdown of how it all works. But the best thing to know about it is don't get involved in it. It's fucking horrible. I got stories of that my life would have ended in moments. I'm surprised I'm still here, to be honest with you. But that's it. So yeah, the boss is the boss. The boss doesn't do any hustling, nothing like that. A lot of it gets kicked up to the boss. The boss doesn't do much of anything except take 100 years when they get pinched. The underboss handles a lot of stuff. Consigliere, the consigliere, he kind of works with the underboss, and they discuss what moves to make, and they go to a lot of sit downs, and the capos, the captains. Yeah, it is good. It was good. I think captain's probably the best job in the organization. Nice, Grind Junior. I would say captain is the best job. Boss is getting 100 years, no doubt about it. Associate is going to take pinches here and there, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. Made guy is going to take 5, 7, 10, 15-year pinches. If they hit you with RICO, you're getting 20. If they hit you with a career criminal charge, you're getting life. Or 20. Ralph, that's 2 songs you said you didn't like. What's the problem here, Ralph? That's 2 that you weren't happy with. What's going on? And you call me Eurobots. So that's the structure there. Alright guys, I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of how it works. I would say the best job within the mob is a bookmaker. Actually, a loan shark is the best job in the mob. It's the best, I would say, the least time with the biggest gains is bookmaking and loan sharking. That sounds about right. I would say a bookmaker and a loan shark have the best income with the least time, unless you get 2 or 3 pinches. Now, on your first pinch in Jersey, you get 3 to 5. On the most brutal job, boss, you're getting 100 years. I would never want to be a boss. You're getting life. And the other worst job is probably, the boss is the worst job to have. The enforcer is going to get a lot more time because it's violent. Yeah, you're right, Grind Junior. That makes sense. The enforcer kind of has the worst job because he's doing assault. So yeah, that makes sense. Good point. Yeah, the enforcer, the leg breaker is definitely going to get the worst time because it's violence, Street level enforcer is the worst. And you know what it is? A street level enforcer doesn't really get respect. They're disposable, basically. That's all they can do. A lot of these guys, and you see a lot of them on the YouTubes, they don't have the brains to run a bookmaking operation, but they can break legs. You know what I mean? A lot of them don't have the brains to be a loan shark. They can't manage a business, but they can rob houses. You know what I mean? So, an enforcer is the most used and abused and disrespected. It's horrible. And you get the most time. But there is a need. And these guys feel the need to prove themselves. They're not very bright. The leg breakers are not very bright. My uncle was a leg breaker. He was a fucking idiot. Loan sharks get the enforcer to enforce. It varies. You got some tough guy loan sharks, or they send people out. There's all different guys. Loan sharks are a different level, though, Brian Jr. So a typical loan shark, say on an associate level, they borrow it from somebody else. So a true loan shark is probably a soldier or a captain. Then you got an associate that loans out the money. So typically an associate or a soldier could borrow the money at, say, 1 or 2%. And then they'll push it on the street for 3 to 5%. So they make their money on somebody else's money, but they are responsible every week. So that associate may also be violent, or he may have another associate that's violent. Hello, Fly Me to the Moon. Is that a good breakdown, Brian Jr.? That sound accurate? Sound decent? Good chat. Good talk here. Yeah, you're better off being an associate, bookmaker, or loan shark. You probably get the least time, the best yield, you'll get the best income, you're not violent. It's almost a white-collar crime. It really is. Bookmaking and loan sharking is almost a white-collar crime. And for loan sharking, you typically should get federal time, which is better than any other time. But it's a real, everyone gets paid. Not everyone gets paid, no. You got to earn to get paid. The captains get paid regardless because the soldier has to kick up. The soldier has to be ambitious and have some hustling associates under him, or the soldier has to be an associate hustler himself. The captain gets paid. The captain will typically have a lot of different things going on, but it's typically the soldier that is responsible for kicking money up to the organization. Look, you're ready. So, Brian Jr., not everyone does get paid, you know. Associate, no, if you earn it, you get paid. An associate is a bookmaker, a loan shark, or whatever else. They get paid. They take scores, you know. Now, there's associates, and then there's high-level associates. There's associates that are like, you know, like you just said, leg breakers, enforcers. They're typically associates. And they are disposable. They have no brains typically. For the most part, they have no brains. They know how to use a bat. They can swing a bat. That's about it. It's a crazy structure. The structure is crazy. Joe Watts was violent, I believe. Now, that's not saying, you know, do they pay a certain set amount? It varies on the captain. The soldiers typically do, Irish mob. You know, typically the soldiers do have to pay a certain amount. They do have to kick up. That's why they got to be on the hustle. Fuck that. Being a soldier, you got to be out of your mind. But you got to work your way up, I guess, you know. Joe Watts was violent. Joe Watts was a killer. And an associate, you know. Got some serious guys. It's a horrible life. I mean, it was glorious back in the day. I mean, not glorious, but I don't know. Just a different time. High level associate. It's a lot of money, yeah. High level associate means you're kind of good at what you do. You are kicking up money to a soldier. You're a high level associate. And I think you're better off being that than you are anything else. A high-level associate, which means an associate that is respected, trustworthy, an earner, honorable, and doesn't have any habits. That's a high-level associate. Then you got associates that are just fucking bums, basically. Joe Watts, high-level, 100%. Joe Watts was high-level. Yep. If you shoot off names, I could pretty much tell you what level they were. All different families. I was around everybody. So, again, you can't really get names out of me and see, you know, certain things out of me because I'm not a cooperator. I never would cooperate. So, but I'm trying to just give you the structure. Basically, I wanted to come on here and show you the structure. You know? Again, it looks more glamorous than it is. The nuts and bolts of organized crime, it's brutal. It's a brutal way of life. It's a brutal way of living. Not, it looks glorious and glamorous, but it's really bad, man. Because a wise guy or an associate, the odds and the world are stacked against you. It's such a brutal life that you have. Think about this. You're one person in the middle, right? And you're making your living, you're earning, you're doing your thing. Now, you got all these little branches that are poking at you. You got the cops, law enforcement, right? You got the cops, you got law enforcement. You got other associates that are jealous. You got soldiers that want to just take everything, the blood out of you. So you got all different angles. You can't survive. You can't make it. There's no good way. 24/7, you better believe it. 24/7. You're on the hustle 24/7. It's terrible. Then you got the guys that run social clubs. They have a nice job, but they're bookmakers too. So there's all different aspects of it. But the bottom line is organized crime is a garbage life. It's not good. And I know a lot of them, but not a good way to be. Not a good way to be. So, there you go. Just a little breakdown. That's it. I just wanted to come on for a little bit, talk about this. And that's it. I'm going to bang out. I just wanted to come on for a little bit and have a wind down. I had a little half a glass of wine. I figured I'd jump on for a little bit. And then I'll see you guys in the morning at 7 o'clock for the coffee chit-chat. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anybody got anything else? Everybody else okay? Grind Jr., anything else? I'll hang out. Then why do they do it? We know. It's just, I don't know, man. They get... Besides nepotism. Okay, fly me to the moon. See you tomorrow. Because you can make money in it, Grind Jr., and the life can be, there's a lure involved in it. And you don't realize how bad it is until you're in these situations. That's when you realize, okay, Bella. That's when you realize how bad it is when you're in there. You can ask as many questions as you like, Grind Jr. Hello, Chris. How are you? Hope you're okay. People get involved in it because they think it's good. A lot of people get involved in it because they have a habit. Like a lot of drug dealers deal drugs because they have a habit. A lot of bookmakers are bookmakers because they have a gambling problem. Then you're on the losing end. You're hustling all day, risking going to jail, risking getting robbed from your friends, risking getting turned on, and you're still not earning a living because you're a degenerate gambler, you know? Go ahead, Grind. Hit me up. It's a pretty good chat. I'm open for any question. How many people are still wanting to get into life? I don't think very much. I got to be honest with you, Grind Jr. The pool of talent to pick from is like a swamp. There's nothing there. Best pizza joint in New Jersey. Best pizza. Cucina in Nutley. And Ralph, what's in Florham Park? What's the Nona's in Florham Park? Nona's in Florham Park, you gotta get the Nona pie. And Cucina in Nutley. And Calandra's in Nutley. Amore Calandra. So, Grind, there's nothing good about it. Was this a chill topic? Was this a chill, we have a decent little wind down here? How about just the overall best Italian restaurant in New Jersey? Chris, that's a hard question. That's a hard question because there's different levels of restaurants. How do you hide your earnings? Put it in the bank? No. In the ceiling. I could tell you. Oh my God. Fly me to the moon. Very informative. Okay, that's great. The best overall Italian restaurant. Now you got different levels, Chris. You got the best high-end Italian restaurant right now. I would say Lunello in Cedar Grove, and Il Capriccio in Hanover. Yes, I live alone. Yes, it's my apartment. For middle of the road, Godfather in East Hanover. Godfather is a very good restaurant. Yes, I do live alone. No bank. No banks ever. One of my friends got caught putting $350,000 in the bank on a $70,000 a year income. Oh, what are you, bots? That's what I mean. You gotta have brains. Crazy. Questions? Go ahead. I'm good here. If you got questions about it, I could definitely answer most of them. I just wanted to break down the structure, like I said 10 times already. But associate, best job to have. Soldier, hardest job to have. Captain, probably the best job to have. Underboss and boss, they're getting 100 years. Got the broccoli raw. Do they still have their traditional strongholds? Yes. They're everywhere still, Irish Mom. They're still everywhere. There's just not much left of it. You can't even jaywalk today with all the cameras. One in my area. One social club here. Not that many though. There's a couple in New York, and there's one over here by me. One social club in the neighborhood here. There you go. 100% fly me to the moon. You got it. It's a rough life, man. It's a rough way to be. So there's not that many social clubs. There are a few. There's one in the neighborhood here. But I don't frequent anymore. I used to have a social club in Newark. I don't frequent anymore. Stay away. I'm legitimate. I work every day. And that is it. Yeah, fly me to the moon. It's crazy. Bookmaking. Bookmaking, Chris. Bookmaking. Best job in the mob is a bookmaker. If you don't have a gambling problem. It's fucking incredible. You could do great. But first pitch is 3 to 5 in Jersey. Second pitch is 5 to 7. Third pitch is 7 to 10. And then you become a 3P defender, you can get life. Guess what? Go to work. It ain't fucking worth it. Go to work. 9 months, yeah. If you take a plea, if you plead out, you can get 9 months. But if you don't plead out and you go to trial and you lose, you're getting 3 to 5 years. 9 months is probably the lowest you'll get for bookmaking. If they drop all your other charges for a guilty plea, you get 9 months county, which fucking is horrible. County jail is the worst you could do. County jail sucks. County jail is Rikers Island in New York. That's what county jail is like. Well, you can spend it, fly me to the moon, you know. I don't know. What's really the difference? Federal prison is prison. Jail is county and state, right? So, it's all the same. It's all kind of the same. Jail, I guess you can call county or, I don't know what's considered jail. What's considered jail or county? Jail or prison. You know? Gerard's awesome, that's why. Right, D-Truth? Gerard is awesome. But I don't recommend going in jail for 1 day, okay? Patricia, yeah, was ready to do 5 years. What do you mean? Yeah, absolutely. Patricia, I was prepared to do 5 years. Yeah, absolutely. I was prepared to do it. If that was what they were going to give me, that's what I was going to take. Yeah, that's it. No, it is what it is. What's the other option? Patricia, what would the other option be? I don't know any other way to be, Whatever the time is, the time is. You can't, you get convicted, you got to do the time, right? What other options are there? Yes, I know that. I know who it is, clearly. Just saw, you see people getting their heads split open with mob ringers and shit like that. Remember, in county prison, you have everything. Oh, okay, Patricia, yeah. Yeah, prepared to do whatever the judge is going to give you. That's the life. I mean, what other options are there? Being a stool pigeon? I could never live with myself, Oh, wow, gee. We had a pretty good chat, decent. Never rat, never roll over. Of course, Chris, it goes without saying. It's not even a conversation for me. We're taught as children, never tattletale, right? Never mind ratting on fucking associates or organized crime guys. It's not even in my brain. Wasn't even a thought. Can't even imagine. I don't know what it is. It's a prison cell. I don't know. What do you call that? Yeah, bonk funk, yeah. Unless you want to be a stool pigeon, rat bastard, coward. They can't live with themselves. The guys that went bad, you could see it tears at their souls. It tears at them. Now, I speak to people every day that are in federal prison. I got dear friends in the federal prison system right now. And although they're doing their time, they have a good reputation. Not saying that's great. Prison, jail, a cage is a cage. Yeah, I was in a cage. Well, I don't know if it's a prison or a jail. It's a cage. I was in a cage. But they put me in a cage for, I don't know, a couple months. Never really got into them, Chris. I like the more modern movies that actually have a familial feel to it. Alcatraz. The movies I like are I like Bronx Tale because I like the story. Although I'm no longer a fan of Lilo Brancato. I was until last week. He turned me off pretty bad last week. So Bronx Tale is a great story. Pope of Greenwich Village. Goodfellas, it's good, but 29th Street, I like those kind of movies. 29th Street was probably my favorite movie ever. Pope of Greenwich Village is tops. Sticks, I don't. Yeah, G, you're a little bit right. Well, we discussed having him on. Do you remember we discussed trying to have Lilo on here? How much money? There you go, Chris. Nice. You guys are really good, man. I got a good chat here. Lilo, yeah, he didn't ask me. So here's the thing. I had no idea about this. I'm trying to do something for him because I know he has a lot going on, and I was looking for him to do something basically for him, not so much for me. See, I'm not selfish like that. I wasn't even thinking about that in that level. I'm not thinking of this as a business, and I don't care how many soldiers I get. I don't call you guys subscribers. I call you soldiers. So that number is not really that important to me, although I would like it to grow. It's not a business for me, you understand? It's more of a social thing for us, me and my crew. We shoot the shit. We talk about all kinds of shit. So I said, you know what? I could probably get him on because we had a little history back in the day. We hung out in the same places, and we had a similar appearance back then. And we used to break balls being on one side of the bar, and I was on the other side of the bar. He's not a fan of many. Many actually consider him a fucking douchebag, cop killer. I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt because I know addicts and I know people that have changed their lives around, and I was going to give him the opportunity to reach more people. 700, leads to 1,000, leads to 2,000. And I was going on for him to get his message out and maybe help the people that I know. It was more to help people. It was not about me, actually. The show wouldn't have been about me because I don't really care much about it. Yeah, it's a social thing here, so I was just having him on to help others and help him. I get in touch with him on the text line or whatever, however, we communicated, and he asked me if I have a budget for my show, and I said, what? A budget for what? I said, oh, say no more. I understand. I said, forgive me. I didn't know you approach this as a business. I thought it was to help others. Forgive me for my ignorance. He never called me back after that. So fuck him. That's it. I'm done with you, cuz. I gave you... Because Chaz turned his back on him. A lot of people turned their back on him. And here's one guy, me, a nobody basically, thinking that his message is great. Yeah, well, fuck them all. I'm not paying anybody to come on here. I'll have regular people on all day. I'll have you guys on. Fuck that. Hey, I'm going to pay to have somebody on? I'll kick guts. I'd rather have you guys on, down-to-earth regular people, than this disgraziad. Now he's a douchebag. He'll get it back. It comes back around. Watch. Do you have a budget? I'm gold. A budget. What fucking budget? I got 700 soldiers. We shoot this shit, we chill. I got friends that are addicts. I got people on here with family that have addiction. I thought bringing you on will get exposure for you. You can deliver your message. It might help somebody in a positive way. Remember, this show here is all about positivity. Hit the like button. We don't need big shots. 100% correct. Fly me to the moon. I got good people lined up for this show. Good, down-to-earth people. Restaurant owners. Ralphie doing his thing. I got our friend Tony N that moved to Florida. A Jersey girl picked up and said, fuck this. Went to Florida on her own, alone. We got good people with real stories coming on. So we don't need no celebrities. Remember? We did this morning. Are you impressed with celebrities? So I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'll never pay anybody to come on here. Oh my God. All right. Lilo turned me off when he came on. I think it was Mike Francis' show and showed zero remorse for the cop. Oh. Right. These are big shots, Elliot. Chaz Palminteri, I'm not a fan of. Not a fan of him at all. Because he's definitely self-centered and selfish. Not a fan. Chaz turned me off with his podcast. The only thing about Chaz's podcast is Sandy Blue Eyes. Chaz turned me off big time. I'm sorry. I call it like I see it. Yeah, yep. I definitely mentioned it, no doubt about it, Elliot. Grind. So, yeah, Michael Francis won't admit that he's a rat. He will not admit that he cooperated. Lilo Brancato just turned me off so bad. So bad, because I was giving that kid a benefit of the doubt when people are really turning on him. Chaz Palminteri is just... tells you how good, his kids went to the best schools in the country. Meanwhile, we're struggling to get our kids through school. And he's saying, my kids went to the best schools in the country. And when he opens up, he wants to sell you T-shirts and postcards. The best thing in life is wasted talent for $10. But Chaz, kesh corn. Ma kesh corn. Disgraziado. Oh God, Rick, I would never. No way, I'll never even jaywalk now. Yeah, I said it. It was me when I was. Oh wow, Gianni. Well, guess what? These people pay for these interviews. I learned something. Mikey Scars is going to break the internet, Chris. Now, I'm not a fan of rats at all. Zero. But Mikey Scars is going to break the internet. He's going to bring it to a new level. I'll tell you why. Although he's a rat bastard, he has a gentlemanly way about him. He is remorseful. It does bother him that he ratted. But he will not get violent. It doesn't tear at his soul that he gets mad that you call him a rat. He admits, I'm a rat. I ratted. Then there's other guys that want to fucking stab you in the chest. He's not that way. I think he'll knock them all out of the box. They'll all go away. All the other cooperators will go away. Mikey Scars will be on, I don't know how much. 200 an hour? Fuck them, 200 an hour. Yeah, I'm not Irish. Fuck the rats, right? Disgraziat. But I do think Mikey Scars is going to break the internet. He's going to break the mob genre. And R.J. Rogers, who is a pro at what he does, is going to guide him through it. So, I'm not saying I wish Mikey Scars success. I'm saying he's going to be the most successful. All the ones that you can see the evil in them, they have to continuously defend themselves, they're all going to go away. That's an observation. That's just my thought. You can't show anger. You got to fess up to what you did. I think when you fess up to what you did, you're going to see a little bit of sincerity, and he has great stories to tell. Will I be a fan? I don't think I'll be a fan. Will I watch? I think I'm going to watch. I had enough of Sammy. I can't really watch Sammy anymore. It's all going to run its course. But I do think Mikey Scars is going to break the internet. That world. That part of the internet. Yeah. Scars doesn't... He is what he is. I don't know if Big John's still around. I'm still feeling the issue from that live. Yeah. Yeah, good observation. Gee, that's a really good observation. Look, you got Drama Tube, they're going to be around. They're not going anywhere. I think he's going to do well, Christopher Toro. He's going to do better than what is out there right now. That's all. I'm not being literal. I don't think he's the best thing in the rat tube since sliced bread. I do think he's going to be better than what we see now. That's all, Christopher. I think he'll be better than what we see right now. That's all. I don't know if Big John is still around. I could check into that, though, Patricia. Yeah, Chris, but I still think he's a douchebag. Let's put it like that. He's a rat douchebag. He wasn't a good father. He wasn't a good husband. He was not a good man. I do think he'll take the rat tube to a different level. I don't think he'll be in the same category as any other rat on the YouTubes. They're not. But Calandra, you can't. He's not. Come on, Calandra. No, he's not. He's in a different level than Calandra. Calandra was a basic associate. He was, like I said, one of those jobs. He was a thief. He wasn't. They weren't going to elevate him. You know what I mean? I don't think he had the brains to run a bookmaking organization operation. You know. Yes, I believe so, Brian Jr. I think you're right. FBS has his own type of platform, Gianni. He does what he does. That's his own way. Yeah, Calandra is a little... It bothers him when you call him a rat. I think it gets to his soul. And I can understand how and why, because that's a tough thing to do, man. To be a rat, ooh, it's tough. And they're going to come at you from all angles. You know what I mean? Again, I'm observing. I'm not really giving a strong opinion. I'm observing. FBS has his platform. He looks at it as a business. He does well with it. To each his own. This is America, right? Chris, he's going to burn out. He's not going to have much. He's going to go away. Chris, I don't think he has that much more to offer. He might go another 6, 7 months. He might go 20 years. I don't fucking know. But I think Scars is going to bring it to another level. The rat tube. Well, Chris, I think that a lot of these guys, it should get to him. Yeah, it should get to him. Absolutely. It should get to him. It should burn at their fucking souls. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Rick. You better believe it. Well, Gianni, he was that low-level associate. He was not a high-level associate. He was a low-level associate. And there's a job for them. Listen, some people go 50 years being a low-level associate and make a living. And it's pretty good. I mean, they can do well. But I don't think they would have elevated him to much of anything more than a low-level associate. That's just an opinion based on what I see. It's not even a criticism. It's just an observation. I don't think he would have been elevated. I think he was used for what he was used for. Just like John A-Light. John A-Light was used, if so, as an enforcer. And he was probably good at it, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't with them. I wasn't around them. Based on what I hear and see and know, you know, they're used. These guys are used. There's a purpose for them. Like I said before, there's a purpose for these guys. Irish guys were great. The Westies are incredible. They helped me out. They were going to have Jimmy Judge on the docks. Was going to help me out big time. Irish guys are great. You're friends with some of them. Rat tube. The rat tube is, the rat tube is the rats that have a YouTube channel. Oh. No stories. I'm not pumping myself. Exactly, G. That's perfectly said right there. So I can mingle in the chat. I can talk about it a little bit. I can give you stories here and there, and I can answer questions about what their life is like, you know what I mean? And I can do pretty good with it. Oh, I would never delete, block, or get angry with anybody. You'll never see me fight with anybody on here. He thinks if he never ratted. What? A skipper? Never. Skipper, he was listen, just my observation, he would have remained a low-level associate. I don't think he was going to go any further than that. Just my opinion. He would have been used for an enforcer, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not a criticism, it's an observation. There's a job for everybody. You know? Pretty simple. I mean, it's pretty simple to break down. No, you could say whatever you feel, whatever on your mind. I'm not, I say what I think, what my observations are. Yeah, that's just my opinion, Grind. I just give it a, you know what you're going to get here on this channel of mine, how I call it? Just, you're going to get real stuff, real talk. I think I'm a down-to-earth individual. I don't have hate in my blood. I don't care what any of them do. I wish everybody success. You got different levels on the YouTubes. Now, I'm not in a genre. Keep this in mind. I'm not in the mob genre. I have mob history, mob experience, grew up around a lot of heavy hitters. Yeah, you could tell, right, Grind Jr.? Yeah, so I just called it like I see it as an observer. What more do you want from your content creator? You want to hear real shit, right? I don't know, Chris. You want to hear real stuff, just down to earth, a chill chat. Look at this. Nobody's arguing. Nobody's fighting. We have no issues in here, right? Exactly, Grind Jr. It burns their soul, and it should burn their soul. John Panisi, my dear friend, is doing 3 years in Raybrook because of John Panisi. He's with Tommy Reynolds, like right now. They're probably eating dinner right now. Wait, hold on. Let me check. He might have messaged me already. I get messages from the thank you. And Tommy Reynolds said the other night, as did everybody, a lot of people inside, they will never be on these podcasts when they get out. Tommy Reynolds has another 108 months to do. Can you imagine? 108 months. They are not, the guys inside are not interested in anything about these podcasts. Because I talked to people in Raybrook on the correctional links, the federal inmate thing. John Panisi put away Johnny Perna for 3 years. He probably would have gotten 15 or 20 if he didn't testify, if he let him testify. Panisi put a lot of people away, but my friend's doing time because of him. Anyway. Emails, yeah. It's an email system that they have in the federal penitentiary. So I communicate email with inmates, my friends that are in there. Every rat knows he's a rat. That's why they say they aren't a rat and have tantrum when they're called one. Yeah, G, it's fucking crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. I don't understand. I don't get it. Yes. Dear friends with them. Yes, Chris, 100%. Tommy got another 6 years. Yeah, I know. He's not done. You're right, Gianni. And neither is Jimmy. I think Jimmy today said he has, I don't know. I don't remember. I checked into his channel for a little bit. So I get a notification when they go live and I go on for a little bit. I think he was talking about Tommy Karate today. I don't know. I don't really stay on. Which, only one perna is inside right now. Johnny's inside right now. Joey's out. Ralphie never went in. The father's out. Michael Perna died. I grew up with them. From my neighborhood. Absolutely. Johnny Perna's in Raybrook right now doing 3 years. That's great kid. No, Joe P's out. Joey's out. I talked to him Saturday or Sunday. Joey's out. Joey's around. I talked to Joey Saturday, I think. Saturday or Sunday. Down to earth. Everything, Rick, right? I don't know, man. Who knows? You know, Chris, anything could be possible. But Johnny's doing great. Joey's doing great. They're all doing pretty good. They all work. Anyway, these are my childhood friends, guys. You know, the fish. 4 fish died, Patricia. 4. Guys, I'm on for an hour and 10 minutes. You guys are nuts. I only came on for a couple minutes. Any other questions before I bang out, as I say? Which one is accused of hitting Dina Menza? Johnny. Johnny's doing 3 years for that, and he's doing that because of Panisi testifying, or his willingness to testify. Johnny's doing 3 years because of Dina Manzo's husband. Dina Manzo's boyfriend. Boyfriend? Dina Manzo's boyfriend. Not accused, convicted. Chris, I can't answer it. I don't know. I think all the moves you make, going along the way, on the street, you're building up your reputation. Now, anybody's capable of anything, but I think you kind of know if you're told somebody's a rat, if they are or not. If they're a squeaky motherfucker and they're slimy and they're douchebags and they have a habit and a vice, it could be a gambling habit, it could be a drug habit, it can just be something like that. Other than that, ex-husband? Yeah, ex-husband, yeah. That's okay. With my robe on, Big Bones, with my robe on. You know? So, I don't know how I would feel about that. But I would just keep continuing my business going on. If I was labeled a rat, I was labeled a rat. That wouldn't make me turn into one. Because remember, you're on the street, you're involved in that life, and you know what goes with it. So if they label you a rat or something like that, you are supposed to be aware that you could take a bullet at any time. And this is every level, associate, soldier, any level. You are aware that you can be shot in the head by your own brother if told that's how it's going to go. A lot, Irish mob. A lot. I knew what Jim's first interview, definitely not boss material. Not even soldier material, Grind. Just my opinion as someone that mingled a little bit. Now, a friend of mine wanted to do a show with me and Jimmy, him being the moderator, but I just can't do it. An associate that went bad versus not versus, just a discussion with an associate that did. But I'm not interested in doing that. I was, and now it's not a good idea. Pinkies up. Pinkies up. All right, so we're kind of going to end it now. I hope this was a pretty good chat. Did you guys enjoy this? Tommy R, Fabrizio, Tommy K, and you too, manned up. Oh, I was, listen, it's all we know. So, Grind Jr., it's supposed to be what you do, you know what I mean? It's supposed to be what we do. And I'm going to play That's Life when we head out, okay? We're going with this. We're banging out, guys. Great chat, guys. Please join. Would you? Nah, Chris, nah. He's going to be at a different level anyway. I'm really not interested in that much. I mean, I could add a lot. You know, but I don't know. Did you guys enjoy this chat? Chris, that's for another topic, but I was typically around Genovese guys. I had a Genovese social club on Roosevelt Avenue in Newark. I said that. I hear you, Grind. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I didn't plan this. I had no plan to come on tonight. And I just jumped on. I want to give you a quick structure of organized crime. I'll post a chart up on my, I'll post a chart on my, what do you call it? Yeah, Genovese guys typically. But I mingled with everybody because I was not a soldier. Guys, really good chat tonight. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is my friend, Ralph Mucci. He's in the chat. He's in the chat, Chris. He's seeing your comments. Wow. Always fly me to the moon. Always, Gerard. Smash the like, Christopher Toro says. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys tonight. I'm good with this little chat crew because you guys are important. Thank you, Chris, for the compliment. on behalf of Ralph. I don't know if he left the building or what. Wow, cool. So if this is the type of stuff you guys like, try to make my morning show. 7 o'clock every morning we have coffee and we shoot the shit. Nothing is off the table. Any question can be asked. Brian Jr., I purposely did not get off because you guys had questions. I literally was coming on for about a half hour, but when I saw you guys had questions, I definitely will never shut down in the middle of a good conversation. So I stayed on for you guys. I'm not here for me. Like I said, I'm here for you. I'm a down-to-earth regular guy that just likes to shoot the shit when I have an hour or two. Sometimes I have the time, sometimes I don't. So that's what kind of bothered me about this douchebag, Lilo Brancato. I wanted him to come on, and not for me, for you guys and for him. I was doing it more for him. And he's asking me how much money can I pay. Oh, what the fuck? So my point is, grind. You started asking questions, and I hope I helped you, entertained you. I came on tonight without, deciding, without even having a plan. Typically, I'll do a Monday night wind down. Probably every Monday night we'll do a wind down, and every morning we do the coffee with Stiggs at 7 a.m. You're very welcome, Grind Jr. I'm here for you guys. You got it, pal. You got it, Chris. I really appreciate all of you. I really, really do. All right, once again, I want to say thank you to all of you guys that checked in tonight. Look, it's not a big channel. I get 13 people. I get 20 people. I get 30 people, 25 people. I don't care. I'm about quality, not quantity, and I hope that's what I'm giving you guys. If the show grows, it grows. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's my personality, my non-drama, and my non-genre that is making the channel grow, I believe. So I think I'm around 750 soldiers. I'm not sure. I don't call you subscribers. I call you soldiers. I think I'm around 750. That's without being in a genre. No drama, no genre. I got 750 that like this content. What more can I ask for? That's it. What more can a guy ask for? 53 years old. Where am I going? I'm going to make a living on this thing. Forget about it. All right, guys. I really, really, really do appreciate you guys. I will talk to you guys, some of you tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Coffee with Stiggs. Go to the meets. Have a blessed evening. I really appreciate you all. Good night. Good night, guys. Thank you.